Hello, 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 collective. It's your girl, Jamila Newman, aka Mila. If you know, you know. All right. So for this reading, we have some sort of trickster spirit in the energy. There's an energy of someone trying to trick the collective into thinking that they're not in this new beginning energy. Okay, this is the Hag card, and this represents, it's like an old Irish thing where it's like the hag. I said hag, but I meant hag. Okay, where, kind of similar to what you saw in the Beauty and the Beast in the beginning, where there's an old lady and she asked for help, and then the prince was all rude to her, and she turned him into a beast, right? Because she was actually a beautiful princess, blah, 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 blah. But this card actually represents that the search for the new was it like queen, kings, sovereign beings, and once they're found, they get their new beginning. Well, that's the collective. You've been found and you're going to get your new beginning. Okay, because you have your own, it says Blessed Isles of the West. So you have these gifts and these talents that are raising you above the rest, so you're outshining people, and you cannot hide the fact that you are talented. This trickster spirit has been trying to hide the fact that you're talented, but that is no longer being bought. People are no longer seeing that as being the truth. Okay, so then we have this Sacred King, and that is actually talking about doing things with honor. So as a collective, we are charged with bringing our talents, whatever talent that may be, to the world, to uplift people, to heal if you're a healer, to bring joy, peace, and harmony to all those around you and those that encounter you. And you do that with a sense of honor and dignity. You're not going out and being shady or shysty. Okay, so that's the energy. There is someone in this mix. Let's see, what cards are we going to use? That is in this mix that is trying to make the collective feel as if this is not a thing. You aren't special. There's nothing about you that's special. And the funniest thing about when people go out of their way to try to make you feel as if there's something wrong, it's because you got something and they know you have something. They either want to take whatever it is that you have and use it for themselves, or just basically take what you have. It's all the same. So there is a King of Wands in this that just came out, who is going through a Five of Wands, which is conflict. Okay, they're running into conflict and competition when it comes to trying to trick the collective into some sort of relationship. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups here with the Hermit card, followed by the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the collective is in this Queen of Cups energy. All right, so this trickster is trying their darndest to show that they have the shine, that they are actually putting in the work, because there is a type of competition. There are people that see you for who you are, despite whatever tricks that were put in front of the collective. What else do we need to know? Oh my goodness. All right, so we have the Page of Cups. You're going to be receiving an emotional message, okay? And then we have the Seven of Cups. You're going to be receiving an emotional message. And this is going to be from that trickster energy, trying to persuade you to come back into their energy, okay? Because they are trying to put up an illusion of being healed. And it's actually meant to be a distraction of some sort, to distract you away from what is coming to the collective. All right. So then we have the Hierophant card. So there is a spiritual tradition that the collective has been working with, working on, living under complete spiritual harmony. The collective has the sacred knowledge given to them by the divine, okay? And that is the light in which is shining, and it cannot be taken. Then we have the Knight of Wands. There is like an adventurous spirit within the collective. You're ready to go. You're kind of like in this energy of pacing back and forth because you're ready for this new beginning to happen. You're ready for this is the Death card. We're ready for the old to die away, to be gone. And you're ready to start in with your manifestations and start this new beginning. We have the Five of Swords that came in the reverse. Okay, so there is someone that there's still an attempt to try to bring conflict in your life. Try to take away what is meant for you, because these people feel like they have an advantage because they know exactly what's coming to you, whether it's money that was meant to come to you in the first place, money, property, whether it's those sort of things, or like a job, a promotion. Someone is seeking you out for something and they were trying to take this away and gain like a hollow victory over it, because it wouldn't be an actually fair won victory, because they're basically padding the numbers. They already knew what you had. They knew what was for you, and they thought that they could pull the wool over your eyes and take it right from underneath you. Let's talk about the Blessed Isles. What do we need to know about that? We have a Five of Cups energy. The fact that you have this gift, these gifts, collective, has brought people into a state of grief and loss. Okay, there was a lot of work that went into making sure you never knew who you were. You never knew what you were capable of, that you stayed in a sense of lack and a sense of lower vibration, accepting whatever people gave you, not trying to fight for something better. They needed you to stay in that energy, but now that you are no longer in that energy, you're not in a combative energy. You know what you are, you know how gifted you are, you know what you can bring to the table, and you're not willing to settle for less. They are now in bold pursuit in this Knight of Swords energy, trying to come into your life and say that, oh, all of a sudden I want to work with you. Oh, those are a lot of cards. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, followed by the Empress card, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. All right. So it looks like you're going to come into a relationship with someone that is in the Ten of Pentacles. They're financially stable, but not only are they financially stable, they are mentally stable, which is definitely a plus, because we don't need any more of the sociopathic narcissists, okay? But you'll be coming into it because you are in this Empress. You are in this Empress energy, okay? You are able to balance things and prioritize, and you know how to handle your finances. Even though you may not have a lot of finances, you know how to handle your finances without issue, okay? You are easily able to adapt to change, and that is what has got these trickster spirits up in arms, because they do not know how to shift. They only know how to play with one script. They only know how it worked in the past. They've been doing this for a very long time, gaining riches and money off of people by actually attacking them behind their backs, because they have a really cowardly energy going on. They would not ever be able to face you and do these things. They have to do it behind your back. And now that they have come into the collective's energy and tried to do the same that they've done to other people, they have found that they're not able to do the same things, but they don't have any other things in their little handbook that tells them how to handle the situation, because the collective is divinely guided. They don't go by anybody's handbooks. They go by the divine, the creator, God, source tells you how to move. And when you move is when the source tells you how to move. All right. And that has allowed you to adapt. And that is what's bringing you this 10 of Pentacles. Okay. 7 of Swords is letting you know that you need to maintain a sense of secrecy when it comes. When your 10 of Pentacles comes, when you get what you need to move forward, you get this offer, you get that job, you get your whatever was taken from you gets returned, you will need to move into silence, because no matter what, this trickster spirit is determined to make things very difficult for you. What do we need to know about the Sacred King? All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles energy here. Domestic stability, okay? Very, very much so. Domestic stability, always definitely nurturing. 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups is saying, like, you might be tempted to... some of these people that have participated in this quest to take what belongs to you are people from your childhood, past relationships, possible family members. Lots of it is people's family members have gone out of their way. So there are going to be points where you're going to have those memories, those nostalgic memories that come up, okay? But you also have the Knight of Cups here, which is talking about you have new romance, new love, and you will be creating a new foundation for a family, and it'll be based on trust, honesty, and honor instead of deceit and deception. And we have the 9 of Pentacles here. And that is actually, you are going to be able to be financially independent, okay? You are going to be able to be completely self-sufficient. This is not even including the romantic partner. This is actually going to be self-sufficient for yourself solo. And the partnership is also coming in. So you not only are going to be financially stable on your own, that is a separate thing, but you are also going to have the opportunity to enter in a new partnership, friendship that, may turn into something more. But that is for you. That is what the divine has in store for you. So we're going to go ahead and pull an energy. Got the Angel of Love here. Energy cards. What else does the collective need to know? What else does the collective need to know? Remain balanced. This trickster spirit, they have the intention of trying to make you feel as if you are not who you say you are. They're trying to make you conform to societal norms, because that is the way that they can control you. So please do not ruin your balanced state, because right now you are currently balanced. Okay, your head, your heart, everything is aligning just the way it is supposed to. You are also under the protection of Archangel Michael and your spirits, ancestors, and your spirit guides, okay? Your cornucopia is headed your way. So continue to have faith, continue to have patience, continue to Go about your day as you normally would, working very hard towards achieving your goals. Do not think that when people are trying to insinuate or suggest that you are not going to gain anything prosperous based on what you're working on. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do Dimension of Light, Words of Wisdom. Wow, 46 again. I do believe this one came out yesterday in one of yesterday's reads. Okay. So it might be we have new people in the energy and they just need to know exactly the same things that I'm going to tell you right now. Obstacles of grace. What would you think if you arrived at your destination ahead of schedule, only to find that the town you were meant to visit hadn't even been founded yet? You may conclude that you must have gotten it wrong and go looking for another place to visit. You may feel your situation completely invalidates your intuition and so take up another course of action. An over enthusiastic approach, too few obstacles could lead to a failure even when success seems predictable. To save you from such disastrous confusion and undermining of your sacred life's task, the universe is kindly slowing you down with a few strategically placed obstacles. As an added benefit, these obstacles will develop your strength and determination, making you arrive all the more impressive and timely. So there are things that are taking place in the 4D and the 5D that are coming down and trickling down into the 3D. At this time, you need to focus on what you are working on. Whatever skills that you are working on, whatever talents that you are nurturing, that is where you need to be focusing. Okay? Do not get discouraged and think maybe I got it wrong. That is not it. You did not get anything wrong. And I understand that there's lots of noise. Lots of people want to force their opinions, force their suggestions on what you should do with your life. But just remember, these are the same voices that were not there for you when you had to scrape yourself up off the floor. Okay? So just remember to maintain your faith. Okay? If you have to, go to your spot, wherever it may be, your special spot, and pray, meditate, go for a walk, get out, get some fresh air. If you're feeling a little bit, stir crazy, because you have been gifted with this talent and it wasn't for nothing. And you are definitely doing what you were called to do. So I hope this helps. Until next time, keep shining. Shine so bright, you piss everyone off. Take what resonates and leave the rest, guys.